There's something liberating that happens after 70. It's not just about what you've learned, it's about what you've let go of caring about. Not in bitterness, not in defeat, but in clarity. At this age, your energy becomes sacred. Your peace becomes non-negotiable, and your priorities become crystal clear. This is not about letting go of emotional weight like in letting go after 70. This is about the mental freedom that comes when you simply stop giving your energy to things that no longer deserve it. Let's talk about what I've stopped caring about, unapologetically, after 70. I've stopped caring about what people think of me, whether I'm too quiet or too bold, too opinionated or too passive, too much or not enough. I've finally accepted people will always have something to say, and that says more about them than it ever did about me. I used to twist myself into knots trying to make everyone comfortable. I edited my words. I softened my truths. I showed only the acceptable parts of myself. Now I don't have the time or the interest to perform. I've stopped caring if someone likes my hairstyle, my clothes, or how I decorate my home. It pleases me, and that's more than enough. I no longer decorate my life for visitors. I decorate it for my soul. I've stopped caring about being liked. There was a time when I wanted to be everyone's favorite. Now I just want to be respected and peaceful. Popularity fades. Peace lasts. I've stopped caring about fitting in. I've lived long enough to realize that some rooms were never meant for me. And I'm no longer trying to shrink myself to fit in the door. I walk into spaces where I belong, and if none exist, I build one. I've stopped caring if I take up space. I'm not afraid to be seen. I'm not afraid to speak. I'm not afraid to shine. After 70, you've earned the right to show up fully. I've stopped caring about being misunderstood. If someone is committed to misreading me, that's their journey. I don't need to defend my peace to people who don't value it. I've stopped caring about explaining my decisions. No is a full sentence. My reasons are my own. I trust myself, and that's enough. I've stopped caring about being productive all the time. I no longer measure my worth by my to-do list. Some days I do a lot. Some days I rest. Both are sacred. Both are valid. I've stopped caring about keeping up with trends. Fashion, gadgets, social media, let them race ahead. I'm not chasing relevance. I'm building resonance. I've stopped caring about having the last word. Silence is often louder than anything I could say. I don't argue anymore. I don't debate. I choose peace over being right. I've stopped caring about how others view aging. Let them fear the gray hair. Let them hide from the mirror. I face my reflection with pride. These lines are not flaws. They are stories. They are years I survived. Years I learned. Years I bloomed. I've stopped caring about being polite at the expense of my truth. I won't smile through discomfort anymore. I won't nod in agreement just to avoid tension. I've learned to speak gently but clearly. I've stopped caring about pleasing everyone. You can please people and still be criticized. You can sacrifice yourself and still be misunderstood. So now I please myself first. I've stopped caring about waiting for someone to invite me. I go where I want. I create what I crave. I don't wait for permission to enjoy my life. I've stopped caring about being perfect. I'm human. I make mistakes. And I've made peace with all the versions of me that got me here. I've stopped caring about whether my journey makes sense to others. They didn't walk it. They didn't cry through it. They didn't rise from it. So no, they don't get to define it. I've stopped caring about chasing status. I don't need to be impressive. I need to be fulfilled. I've traded striving for simplicity. I've stopped caring about how loud or quiet my life looks to others. It may not be flashy, but it is full. It may not be busy, but it is rich. Rich in meaning. Rich in truth. Rich in rest. I've stopped caring about rushing. The world can keep spinning fast. I move in peace. I walk slowly. I listen deeply. And I arrive exactly when I mean to. I've stopped caring about being chosen. I choose myself now. I stop begging for love that requires me to beg. I stop hoping to be picked when I was never truly seen. I am not waiting at the door anymore. I'm walking through my own. I've stopped caring about being labeled. Too sensitive. Too emotional. Too honest. Too loud. I am exactly who I am meant to be without edits. I've stopped caring about fitting into boxes. Wife, mother, volunteer, quiet woman in the back. I've broken the box. Now I live in full expression. I've stopped caring about staying silent when my heart wants to speak. I speak. I write. I share. Not for approval, but for release. For connection. For healing. I've stopped caring about being seen as strong all the time. I allow myself to soften. To be vulnerable. To ask for help. Strength isn't in silence, it's in honesty. I've stopped caring about being the peacemaker at my own expense. It's not my job to hold everyone else together. It's not my job to fix what others keep breaking. Now, I prioritize peace over performance. I've stopped caring about outdated expectations. Who says life should look a certain way by a certain age? Who decides what success should mean? I've tossed out their script and written my own. I've stopped caring about holiday traditions that exhaust me. If it doesn't bring joy, it doesn't get my energy. I choose rest over rituals. I choose quiet over chaos. I've stopped caring about forcing relationships. If it feels heavy, it probably is. I let it go. I don't chase people anymore. If they love me, they'll meet me where I am. I've stopped caring about drama. The whispers. The group chats. The assumptions. Let them talk. I don't live there anymore. I've stopped caring about being busy for the sake of it. Busy doesn't mean better. Busy doesn't mean fulfilled. I crave presence, not pressure. I've stopped caring about catching up. With trends. With news. With people I've outgrown. I catch up with myself, and that is more than enough. I've stopped caring about proving anything. I don't need to explain how strong I am. I don't need to list what I've survived. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not teaching that class anymore. I've stopped caring about feeling behind. Behind what? Whose timeline? Whose life? My journey is not late. It's mine. I've stopped caring about what I should have done. I did what I could with what I had. I made mistakes, yes, but I made progress too. Regret doesn't build futures. Forgiveness does. I've stopped caring about the fear of starting over. I've done it before. I'll do it again. But this time, I'll do it softer. Wiser. Stronger. I've stopped caring about impressing strangers. I used to dress, speak, and act to earn approval. Now I approve of myself, and that's all the mirror needs to reflect. I've stopped caring about filling every silence. Some moments deserve quiet. Some words never need to be spoken. Some peace can only be felt. I've stopped caring about needing an audience. I don't need applause to know I'm growing. I don't need validation to feel proud. My joy isn't louder when people clap. It's deeper when I feel it alone. I've stopped caring about controlling everything. I used to hold tight to outcomes, to people, to plans. Now I breathe. I release. I allow life to unfold. I've stopped caring about waiting for the right time. This is the right time. Right here. Right now. No more waiting rooms. I live in action. I've stopped caring about staying small. I let my voice take up space. I let my ideas breathe. I don't shrink for comfort, mine or theirs. I've stopped caring about dimming my joy. If I'm happy, I'll show it. If I'm excited, I'll dance. Joy is not embarrassment. It's a declaration that I'm alive. I've stopped caring about explaining my boundaries. They are not up for debate. They exist because I finally learned how to protect my peace. If you love me, you'll respect them. I've stopped caring about being the strong one. Sometimes I'm soft. Sometimes I need support. Sometimes I rest. And that is still strong. I've stopped caring about hiding my age. Why should I? These years are my legacy. This body is my evidence. I've lived. I've endured. I've bloomed. I've stopped caring about how long something takes. Healing. Learning. Loving. There's no deadline. There's only devotion. I've stopped caring about performing gratitude. I don't pretend to be grateful. I am grateful. For the small. For the daily. For the real. I've stopped caring about false humility. I know what I've overcome. I honor my growth. And I don't downplay it anymore. I've stopped caring about being chosen by others. I've chosen myself. And I am loyal to that decision. Every single day. I've stopped caring about how much I'm doing. Now I ask, how does it feel? How is my heart? How is my spirit? I've stopped caring about toxic positivity. Some days are hard. Some feelings are heavy. And that's okay. I hold space for the whole truth. I've stopped caring about the pursuit of having it all. What does that even mean? All I want now is a calm mind, a full heart, and enough room to breathe. I've stopped caring about perfection in parenting, in partnership, in performance. I was never supposed to get it all right. I was supposed to grow through it. I've stopped caring about being forgotten. Those who truly matter never will. And more importantly, I remember me. I've stopped caring about pretending I'm not tired. When I need rest, I take it. When I need space, I claim it. My body and soul are worth honoring. I've stopped caring about trying to change people. I accept who they are, or I release them. It's not my job to save anyone but myself. I've stopped caring about timelines for healing. Some wounds are deep. Some days are tender. And I allow both without pressure. I've stopped caring about acting like I've got it all figured out. I don't. But I trust that I'm still learning, and that's enough. I've stopped caring about how I compare to others. Comparison is a thief. Peace is a protector. And I choose peace every time. I've stopped caring about old narratives. The ones that told me I was too much, or not enough. I've rewritten them. Now they say, I am just right. I've stopped caring about whether I deserve rest, joy, or love. I do. Because I exist. Because I am here. Because I am still becoming. And perhaps the most freeing thing of all? I've stopped caring about caring too much. I still love deeply. Still feel deeply. But I no longer pour where there's no return. I love from overflow, not depletion.